Welcome back to West Texas View.
The Samaritan Counseling Center's motto is hope changes everything. And we've been talking for today and last Sunday about the Samaritan Counseling Center and its myriad of services and how they touch people's lives from little tiny children all the way up to senior citizens. And we've not really talked a lot about geriatric counseling because you have a lot of depression in people my age and older, and so we've really not had time to touch on everything, but suffice it to say there's something to fit almost every need that somebody might have. And I want us to talk a little bit about some of the other ways they can access us through websites and so on.
Sure. Well, our website is www.SamaritanCCWTX.org.
Counseling Center, West Texas.
West Texas, yeah. And that's the webpage has been up for a while. We just started a Facebook page too, and it's under Facebook/Samaritan WTX, capital WTX. And so people can go on there. They can see photos of kind of some of the things we're doing. They can see information that we're giving out about events. They can like us. That would be really good. And that way they can get information. That's a good access point for Facebook. And they can even do discussion and interact with us. It's not a substitute for counseling by any means, but it's a
starting place.
Absolutely. So.
And one of the things that we particularly, a lot of times, young people need this access because they don't know really how to go about it, and so if they've got questions, they think I'm being bullied, or I've got a relationship with my boyfriend, or whatever it is. A lot of times if they start there, it makes them feel more comfortable.
Yeah.
And another thing I wanted us to talk about is go back to you talked about the Veterans Program.
Yes.
And how there are special programs free of charge to the veterans of the last two wars because of the post-traumatic stress disorder. And but you didn't talk about the families of the veterans.
Well, and that's the thing, the wonderful thing about the program and the funding that we have at this point is that it covers the counseling for the wives, the children, anybody in the family,
moms and dads,
anybody who's being affected by this person being a veteran or being sent
going
overseas,
through this disorder.
Going through the things that they have to, or the things that they face. I mean, you've got marital issues, you have, just a variety of different issues that come from being in the military. I mean, it's just a part of it. And if they are having issues, they need to know that they can access this at our center. And the counseling is free to all family members as well. So that's important. We want them to know that as well.
Right. Good. And the other thing that I wanted us to talk about is the Family of the Year Banquet.
Yes.
Because we don't ever stop to think about how this money is provided for the counselors to counsel people who are falling in the lower income brackets that just could not afford it or don't have insurance.
That's right.
Or any of the other things. And the Family of the Year is such a wonderful way to raise funds because it recognizes those people in the communities that are working hard to have strong, healthy families, but at the same time they're giving back to their community.
That's right, and that's not an easy thing to do in this time, this days and time and everything. So it is a really neat evening, and the funds raised do go to help low-income families be able to receive the counseling that they may need.
So to get tickets, to be a sponsor, to reserve tables, anything that you want to know about the Family of the Year Banquet, just call the main number and they can connect you.
Or to donate, yes, or to donate. If anybody just wants to make an individual donation, that would be great as well. We need that type of support. It's going to be a really neat evening. I'm excited about it, so I think it'll be a lot of fun. And it's October 20th. It's going to be at Green Tree Country Club in Midland, and we hope everybody can make it, you know, and we can let them know the
and
sponsorship
it usually
packages.
sells out.
Well,
so get your tickets early.
say some prayers and let's sell out. I'm ready. I'm ready.
Well, we've got about 5 minutes left in the program, so talk to us about anything you want to do about some of the specialized counseling. I know that we have had sexual orientation counseling. We've had the elder abuse counseling, or elder depression.
And counseling for people who are caring for their
caregivers.
Yes. I mean, I
Yes.
think that's really important.
That's right.
Just simply from having experience
Yes.
from that as well with my father, you know, being ill, and he was almost 80, and just dealing with the issues that come with that. I think it's important that people know we offer counseling and support for people who are caring for their parents, their elderly parents.
We offer it for just about everything. You know, I listed some of our specialties. Well, I don't know if we talked much about. I do sex addiction counseling, and I'm trained the Carnes model, which is a 12-step training. And so someone comes in, and like I said, it's private. They can, and sometimes they don't even say it's sexual issues because that can be embarrassing.
Right.
But they come in and start presenting, and I realize, okay, these are the things that we need to do. Let's see. Well, you know, something that we didn't talk about, we're not doing group counseling now, but we're planning on starting an eating disorders group. And hopefully, I talked a little bit about the clergy group.
Do you ever do anything like there's a eating disorders clinic in Buffalo Gap, and they treat a lot of people in the whole United States. But do you ever work with someone like that for follow-up counseling after they have left an institution where they've had?
Yeah, and any inpatient facility, if we get calls from them, ours is a good place to do follow-up. Something I didn't mention, we do workshops and trainings about mental health issues. So a counselor could come to a school or a group or anybody that's meeting it needs some education, some psychoeducation, and we can talk about that.
And sometimes you've done teacher in service workshop in mental health and the public schools. This has been such a fun time for me because I am familiar with the Samaritan Counseling Center, and I know what wonderful work it does. So if you've got any questions, the number rolling across your screen is how you can access them, to ask them questions, to make appointments, to do a lot of things, make donations, and get tickets to the Family of the Year Banquet. We'll see you next Sunday with another program. Thank you for joining us today.
Thanks for joining us for News West 9's West Texas View with Johnny Lou Avery. This has been a public affairs presentation of KWAB-TV and KWES-TV.